Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today, I want to talk about buying in Lagos. Some of the frustration, some of the challenges, some of the things that I have learned over time, so that you don't make the same mistake that I made, and obviously the good things and the bad things. Yeah. So let's get with, if you want to buy in Lagos, the things that you have to do. First of all, I usually tell my friends and family that are into real estate, I will always prefer an agent that somebody has used personally, right? And I usually use this website. As of today, when I'm making this video, I have no affiliation with this website, but I have used them for over 4 years. And even the website will tell you that you should beware of scam agents. The website is property.ng, property.com.ng or so, something like that. So I go to this website and I specifically add what I am looking for. So if I'm looking for like a three bedroom apartment, serviced, Lekki, blah blah blah, my budget, everything, I'll put it out there. Then similar apartments like that will now pop up. If you don't see the one that you're looking for, you can now put in a request. So basically, putting in the request means that the people that have it, you either say that they should contact you via WhatsApp or call, they will call you. Now, in this process, you have to be very careful. Like when I mean very careful, I can't overemphasize, because there are scammers there who have no business with that house. They will tell you that the landlord gave it to them. So many crazy things. So you have to be very, very, very careful. In my case, I have always liked serviced apartment. And I know someone asked me like, why do I like serviced apartments? Is it not more expensive? Now for me, because I live in Nigeria and most times I work from home. And if you live in Nigeria, you know that we do not have 24 hours electricity. You almost have to generate your own electricity by buying an inverter, buying solar, all that. And a lot of estates previously used to do 24-hour supply, meaning generators are not allowed. They will power you with 24 hours light. But somehow diesel price skyrockets, so many things that they were not expecting. So they've cut the hours that they give you light, but you're still not allowed to bring your own generator. So why I like the estate is that I don't have to deal with security, like paying a security personnel. I don't have to deal with taking care of my own water. All I have to do is pay my service charge and buy light. The reason people say it's expensive is that, for example, even though I bought this house, if I lock it up and travel for 1 year, I will still pay my service charge. The only thing I would do is not to be buying light, but I will pay my service charge, because that is the agreement with the estate. Because regardless, they are pumping water into your house, they are securing your house and all that. So they will not say because you're not around. But if it's a standalone, that if it's a self-serviced, if you travel, if you lock up, it's your house. You can tell everybody to go. When you come back, you start paying. So for people that, it depends on why you're buying your house. Are you using it for personal purpose? Are you moving to Nigeria? Do you already live in Nigeria? Do you work from home? To be honest, the decision for serviced and self-serviced is really left for you. I know a few people that do self-service. They like it because oftentimes they're not in the country. So to them, they feel it's better where they can just lock up their house, and, they don't have to bother about still running that bills, even still paying those bills even when they're not around, if that makes sense. So me, I went for a serviced apartment. In terms of cutting off these agency scams and all, in a serviced apartment, each serviced apartment usually has like a management company. So the management company, because I have always bought from an estate, it's easy for me to verify, because the estate will help you verify who actually has that property, because every property is now registered with the estate, if that makes sense. So yes, it's like walking into an office. You're walking into an estate, you're seeing the office, you're talking to them, you know that they are the ones managing the building. So for me, that has cut scam. Yeah, so I don't really know. I have never had to rent or buy a standalone that wasn't in an estate. Because like I said, for you to have a house in an estate, you must register it with the estate management. So if you're renting a house now from Sarah, it's easy for someone to go and ask the estate management without me even knowing, like, who does this really belong to Sarah? And the estate management will check their file and they'll say it's you. Then you can go ahead and do business with them, if that makes sense. So yes, that's why I actually have always gone for it. Now, someone actually asked like, why buy instead of building in this Lagos? Have you guys not heard me complain about carpenters, artisans that will run away with your money? Then imagine if I have to deal with every single one, like the bricklayer. No, that is something that I am not interested. I am not interested in. I feel like those artisans are too dishonest. So I will leave that part for the professionals. That someone else asked me, like, how do you choose the area you want to stay? For me, security is also very important. Yeah. That's why I do not like standalone houses just on the streets. I don't want to have to deal with my own personal security. That's why I like estates, right? So there's a lot of factors that goes into looking for it. For me, security was important. Estate for me was important. I wanted people to call before they access. I didn't want a case of, hey, I'm at your door. No, I wanted that. I wanted not to have to deal with my water. I already said that already. So a lot of things, like I always check for houses during rainy season because, as you know, Lagos can quite be flooded down to your house. Like I'm sure you've seen videos of people's homes getting flooded. Yes. So to help me, like this particular house, I checked it out when there was heavy rain. In fact, I didn't pay till that day. One day it rained, those 6-day rain, that heavy rain. Whoa, I drove here immediately because I wanted to see the streets, the area, most importantly, the house. Now, one thing I've noticed about these Lekki houses is that it always has that water issue of molds and stuff like that. That you won't really know till you move in, because most times when you come to see the apartment, because no one is there, the windows are open, you don't get to experience to know that. But in terms of the house getting flooded, you will know. So it's always advisable to check for houses during rainy season. If you're going to buy a house and you do not live in Nigeria, please, 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 I would really advise that without the agent, that you go and either you come back and see the place or tell someone that you really trust. Even if that agent is your sister, the moment that person is now an agent, the person is compromised because the person wants their percentage. So please send a trusted one to go and check, because some of these houses are incredibly nice. When I was looking for a house, if you see the houses they sent to me, like someone sent me this house that looked like they just brought it from one country and dropped it. I went there, I could not even enter the streets. So imagine they show you that house and you're abroad and you're interested and then you buy. By the time you come back, you realize that you cannot even get into your own house. Yes, the road network to that place is terrible. So imagine buying that kind of expensive house and you cannot even enter. So I will always advise that you please do go in and see the place for yourself, or tell someone you trust. Now, this is something that also came up quite often. I'm sure you've heard a lot about demolition houses in Lagos, even the building in Ikoyi that collapsed. So what these people do is that they don't get the right approval. They do things at the back, and then obviously, like example, now if your house is supposed to be 1-story building, they'll go and just, put things in the hands of some people and make it 2, 3. But because they have checked that place cannot carry more than one, so when you put it's going to fall. Now, are these people aware? Yes, they are aware, which is why I did my check. There are houses that I saw that I even preferred to this house, that were even maybe, let me say, more affordable. But do you know that these people know that these houses are marked for demolition? And they still go about selling those houses to people. Now, what I did to ensure that I wasn't falling into that trap was that I got a lawyer who ensured that they did my search before I paid any money. Some people would tell me as much as, please, oh, somebody's coming, somebody's about to pay. No, there was this particular guy that called me. I was like, please, if you're not taking it now, someone will pay. I said, sorry, go ahead and pay. The search result is not yet out. And funny enough, when the search result came out, I found out that, yes, that house is actually on government property, on government road. So let's say your house is like, government wants to use a road to build, like, your house is coming out a bit on the road. Even if it's 1 centimeter and that one is on government property, government has the right to demolish it and use that road for, for road users or whatever they want to use it for. So you have to be very careful and make sure you do your search. Like in Lagos, do your search in allow sites. It's literally like everything is there. Everything is there. So a lot of these agents will lie to you. They know, even the landlords, they know that this is their house, that they made a mistake. Probably they didn't search when they were buying from someone and then they now want to quickly sell it out. So doing your search will save you from that. They'll let you know if the land has any problem. They'll let you know if it's on government property. They'll let you know if the building got the proper approval. Yes, that was what I did to ensure that I wasn't getting into any scam, and I totally advise this. Yes. Another thing is to always ask for the full package. Now, for a lot of these houses, they'll just call money for you, but what they're not telling you is that they haven't perfected their document. So you still need to keep a separate amount of money to do your documentation. So yes, please ensure that you're asking them like, what is the full package? Like service charge. I know a lady on Instagram that was talking about how she rented a place and did not know that the service charge was $250. That happened to me when I was trying to buy a house. A lady showed me this house. It was very nice. It was within my budget. Not this one. Like, she sent me a house. It was within my budget. I was on my way to go and see it, and I called her again. I said, "Yeah, how much is even the service charge?" She said 300,000. I said, "Every month?" She said, "Yes, 300,000." I said, "Is that light inclusive? Like, will I still buy light?" She said, "Yes, you still buy light." I said, "No, not for me." So imagine I didn't check, because most times they shield you from the estate manager. They don't want you to see them, so you don't know the rules that also comes with that estate, and you go and buy. After buying, now realize that you have to be paying 300,000 naira every month. Yes, a lot of people did not know. So always ask for hidden charges. Things like, example, do you have to do water treatment? Because I live in a serviced apartment, they are responsible for it. So what are they responsible for, and what are you responsible for? Especially if it's an estate, like I said, when you're done with the landlord, the agents, or whoever you're dealing with, make sure you now come to the estate people and know their own rules and regulations. So yes, checking your house to make sure that this document really belong to them, and not paying into personal accounts except the person's name. So example, if you're buying a property from me, my name is Sarah. You can pay into a Sarah account, into my account with my first name and my last name. You get what I mean? But if I'm giving you a company name, I have to prove that that company belongs to me. So make sure that the account number you're paying into is the same name. Yes, because I actually personally had to deal with this one. Yes, they were giving me a different account number, and my lawyer said, no, the account number is not the name on the document. The document is okay, the house is fine, everything got the approval, but the account number is different, and they refused to provide the right account number, because after a while they were now honest that there were some tax issues there. I'm like, okay, you have to deal with the tax issues, but me, I will not go and pay into the account, because if we have any legal stuff now, what am I going to do? I didn't pay to you. And yes, so make sure, avoid people rushing you. In fact, for me, my red flag is once you rush me, once you tell me that there's somebody that wants it, or there's somebody else that wants to buy. If you do that one, then that's even like a red flag. Like any agent that tries to rush me is a red flag. So I came, because I know that this is somewhere I wanted to live. I did my inspection like every now and then. I wasn't in a hurry, and also try to negotiate. A lot of people do not negotiate. You might get a no, but still try and negotiate. Like, don't look desperate. How do I put it? Negotiate. Another challenge that I faced trying to buy this house is that the real estate doesn't have any regulation. Yes, you might see an apartment that you like, you put an offering for it, and in 2 days they will come to you that this person has added not 2 million, not 5 million, not 10 million. Someone will add like an extra 60, 50, 100 million. In fact, one of the agents I was dealing with told me that he had to call someone that was in charge of real estate, something, and they said that they don't have any regulation, because he was frustrated. He would take you to a place, it fits your budget, they'll just call you that the place is now up by like, they've tripled the price. I mean, that's how crazy real estate is in Lagos. I don't know if it's because of the business. I don't know. But honestly, this is one of the major challenges that I faced. Just not, my budget just kept going up and down, because I would say a place I like, they're increasing it. Another thing again that I under challenge was that the mortgage system here in this country is almost, it almost doesn't exist. Yes. So if that house is $1 million, you better start looking for $1 million to pay. The mortgage system is a mess. Imagine a house of 250 million. Somebody's telling you that you can pay 200 in January, and in 2 months' time you pay 50. Is that mortgage? like really make it make sense in that mortgage when people are in America paying mortgage for like 10 years, 15 years, they're still paying. That's why, you know, you see, someone was saying the other day that how is there all the content creators in on Facebook in America, in UK, that they are buying houses, but in Nigeria, I say because in Nigeria you need to have the bulk of the money. Yeah, because the mortgage plan is a mess, except you go to off plan, you know, the one they call off plan, meaning that the people are still building, and that one, I don't. Anyway, I won't say I don't recommend. Please, if you're doing off plan, my friend did off plan. She's just moving now after 7 years. Please, if you're doing off plan, make sure you're doing it with a trusted, like when I mean trusted, big name people, developers that already have money. I'm going to deal with that maybe in a later video on how you can get into off plan, because yes, off plan can be quite nice and cheap and gives you an opportunity to even do one or two things to your house, but make sure it's the ones that will tell you that they are going to deliver and they actually deliver. Another major challenge that I had when I was looking for a house to buy was the fact that, okay, I saw this really nice apartment. It was a 4 bedroom, really nice. Like, I loved it. I loved the area. But on top of it had another 2 bed on top. So I asked, they said I know that the people enter from the back. They have their own entrance and exits. I'm like, okay. But you know, when people are on top of you, when they are walking, you're going to like feel their footstep and all. And then secondly, about the paper, it's like buying a flat, and that's actually what discouraged me from buying a flat. So I'm like, okay, you guys are taking me back to buying a flat, because when you're buying a flat, they give you the documents for your flat. They don't give you the documents for the entire place, meaning that, like, example, if there's a court case, the court can seal that place. Like, do you get, you don't, how do I explain that? You don't own the land. So if the people upstairs now, like on top of me, they're having issues with maybe court issue or property, the court will seize. Will you not carry your house out of the land? Does it make sense? So for me, it was like buying a flat. I don't know. I saw that a lot, and I don't know when they started doing it. It didn't make sense to me. Then another thing that I noticed, that another challenge I had was that a lot of the new houses, I mean, this house is new, but a lot of the designs I saw in the new houses was the 2 floors that they were doing. So you take a step to come in, you climb upstairs, open the door, then you see the downstairs is the parking space, the garage, how do I explain? Upstairs is the reception, your own. Then up is the kitchen and the living room. Then upstairs is the bedroom. While there are 3 floors, meaning this is it, the second is the master, the third. I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, I can't do that. Like, I wanted a flat because I didn't want to climb stairs. Now, if are giving me almost 3 stairs within the same house. So I don't know, according to them, they said that that's how they used to save space. I don't know. If you like that, let me know in the comment section. Personally, I did not like houses like that. Yeah, so those are a few challenges that I faced trying to get properties in Lagos. It keeps getting better. The more I do it, the more I get used to it. But one thing I can tell you is that if you're looking to invest in Lagos, it is gold. That is one thing I can tell you for sure. It's not like buying a car. It always goes higher and higher. I mean, when people give you their deed of assignment, you're able to see how much they actually bought the place. You will be shocked. Like, a place that is going for 70M last year is now going for 195 this year. We're just in the beginning of the year, right? So yes, real estate is good, even for the agents. Like, I know people that is like hitting jackpots, because if you know someone that wants to buy a house and you're the agent, that's like clean money for you if you get that deal. So yes, definitely advisable. Let me know any aspect or any area you want me to touch on. And then yes, people kept asking me, how do I get an agent? To be honest, I would not like to put those contacts out publicly, because there's a lot of because. Human beings are interesting. Sometimes it works for you. So my point is, I think if you want me to recommend someone, I can recommend companies. Yeah, so if you want me to, please drop in the comment section and I'll respond with companies that I know, but I do not want to personally recommend individuals. Putting someone's number is kind of like crazy. The person might lost their contact, and then someone else picks the phone, you think you're dealing with that person. So I would just rather give you companies that I know that are tested and trusted that you can work with. Thank you so much. My name is Sarah Donald, and if you like this video, please do what to subscribe, comment, and share me out.